Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm so glad that you're here. In today's video, I am doing my December 2021 Plan With Me layouts and I'm really excited. I didn't really know what my theme was gonna be. At one point, I thought I would do like a woodland Christmas, but I was struggling with some of those doodles. They were a lot more complex and I quite liked the rustic feeling, the nature. I just liked that color palette. And so I ended up changing it to Christmas at the Cottage and I'm obsessed with how it turned out. The doodles were really simple. The colors are pretty and I think it's just really fun and really moody. I can't wait for you guys to see it. So let's jump right into the video. Alright, so as you can see here, I had a lot of different colors to use this month. I split these up between what I called like my main or primary colors, and then I also had some secondary colors just for added pops and flair. And then here I swatched them for you so you can see it. There's a lot of brown and green, a couple pops of red. It's a very like rustic neutral color theme and I absolutely love it. For the support colors you can see they're just a little bit brighter, a little bit flashier. I didn't use all of them, but I just had them there just in case. And so to get started, we have the December cover page, and because I was doing some doodles, I decided to sketch it out beforehand. To start with, I outlined December with a black fine liner pen. It was the 03 size. Then using the same size pen, I outlined the calendar below my header. The next step was just to outline all my doodles, and I used a really thin black fine liner to do this. This was really fun. It just was fun to see the doodles pop off the page, and I'm so happy with how they turned out. Next step was to add color, and I didn't want to add too much color because I didn't want it to take away from the doodles. I still wanted to keep it really clean and simple, but I did come in with my Tombow brush pens and just add pops of color here and there onto the doodles. For the header, I also used one of my Tombow dual brush pens, and I used a really light green color. I didn't want this to pop again too much because the page is so clean and simple. I'm really happy with how this turned out. So next is my December monthly layout, and I'm actually trying a new monthly layout this month. So I went ahead and doodled it beforehand just so that I could get the measurements right, add in the doodles, and now I'm going to outline the entire layout with my black fine liner. For the calendar portion of this layout, I wanted to create something small that I could color code in, and you'll see the boxes I create here in a minute for that color coding. But I just created a really small calendar to take up a small section so that I could use the other areas of the page to plan. Here I'm creating the mini boxes I mentioned. So there's 2 columns. They each take up about half the page. And I've managed to fit 4 on the left-hand page and 4 on the right-hand page. The ones on the right side are quite a bit bigger just because there's more space on the page. And I'm going to use these to plan different things. You'll see that later in the video. Next, I decided to create a border around the entire layout. In hindsight, I wish I hadn't done this. I think it actually looked better before I did it, but that's okay. I still think it's really cute and it was fun to make. So using the red, I was drawing in little ornaments, and then you'll see here in a minute, I use a brown color to create some pine cones, and then I use green to draw in the grass. So it kind of feels like a wreath going around the entire page. Beside the calendar, I had space for a doodle, so I decided to add in the Christmas tree that would be inside the cottage. And here I'm just outlining the doodle with a black fine liner pen. I come back later and add color to this as well. For the header, I used my Tombow Dual Brush Pen again, and I opted to go for a light brown beige color. Next, using the Tombow Dual Brush Pens, I also added different color headers to each box. This is so that I can color code in the calendar. So each category that I'm planning has a different color, and then I can put that into the calendar to correspond with what I've planned. Last step was just to write in what each of those categories are. Mine are quite business related, but you could put in anything that would work well for you here. And last but not least, we have our habit tracker layout. So here again, I'm just outlining my layout with the black fine liner pen. And this month I opted to use a mini calendar style tracker. So to create this, I use a thicker fine tip pen to create the Monday through Sunday headers, and then I use a really fine tip pen to fill in the days of the month. This month I had 11 sections in total, and here I'm just going to speed through while I set those up. In the bottom right hand corner, I decided to add a little fireplace doodle with some stockings. This doodle was probably the most difficult one on this layout, but I think it's really cute and just ties in the cottage theme all together. I decided I wanted to add a border around this page as well, specifically because the page next to it is going to be a daily layout, so I just wanted to give it some separation. I do come back and go over this with one of my Tombow dual brush pens as well. And for the last little bit of doodles on this layout, I decided to also add a few ornaments, so I just drew these in here. Here you can just see that I come back in with my Tombow dual brush pens and I add in bits of color again. I don't color everything in fully, I just add little highlights. This is just so there's a little bit of a pop, but that it doesn't overwhelm the page. For the habits header, I actually decided to do it in a darker green. And finally, the last step for this layout is to add in my headers. I use a Tombow dual brush pen to add in a highlight color, and then I just came in with my fine liner to write down what each of my habits are. Okay, that is it for this video. I really hope you liked it and found some ideas and inspiration. I have also created some December printables. I'll include some photos of them here. But if you want to get your hands on those, I'll have the link to the members club below the video so you can go visit the page, learn all the details, and sign up for free. If you like the video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to get notified anytime I upload new videos. That's it for now. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye for now.